is hot as balls. It is very, very hot. Let's see what this dude has to say. They might have given me a good one. Hang on. English, wroxeter, Roman satire. Press the button. Key in a number. 1. The museum. A space for the community of Wroxeter. Seneca. Doctor. Those beautiful Roman sites in Brazil. No climbing. Written, opened by the Queen in 1972. Very much here. Wroxeter revealed. It stinks. That's smell. I should probably come back in like 10 years when they've that's loud.
Joined by some experts on Wroxeter's history. Collections curator Cameron Moffat, historian.
They haven't dug up much of it. I mean, they've had like 3,000 years, and this is all they've dug up. You know, I bet when they fetch kids here on school trips, they say, "Nah, miss, we want to go to the zoo. We don't want to go to an old Roman fort." A few thousand years ago, this was a Roman settlement. And a few thousand years ago, all the Romans pissed off. It's supposed to be digging this up, but oh, sorry, there's one wall there. I don't know if you can hear me now. But I'm at Wroxeter Roman City. There used to be a city here, and you'll never believe it, but it was full of Romans. Yes, mate, it is very windy. I love a bit of history. A few thousand years ago, this was a Roman settlement, and obviously all the Romans have gone. Now, many feet down, there's walls and there's objects worth stealing to the British Museum, but they've only done this. That house over there, that's a reconstruction, because this used to be a massive Roman city, and so they've just rebuilt one house. I can smell poo because there's a lot of field boobies. It's a lovely site. It's just that over time, them excavating it, them digging it up, but as you can see, there's like 8 walls. You know, Tony Robbins from Blackadder, he did a time team once, and he helped build that, because there used to be these houses all along here, because this was a Roman settlement, and obviously the Romans have been gone, what, 2,000 years, 3,000 years, but they've left the walls behind. And 3 or 4 times a day, bored school children come along and they say, Christ, we don't want to come here. We want to go to the zoo. What was this, a bath? I think I found the bath. It is gorgeous. But there's not much here after 3,000 years. 3,000 years ago, there would have been Romans, a few crucifixions. I think that's the biggest part of the city still left standing. But it's £10 to come in. I don't think they're still around. Well, there might be, but I haven't seen none. But obviously, after 3,000 years, people have stolen these buildings that people have dug up. Who made it work? Oh, this is the baths. Oh. I've always wanted to go to America, but it's a bit far from me. Am I allowed them? I don't know if I'm allowed them. But this is where the baths was. If you've watched Troy or Rome, you know the Romans liked a bath. I've watched a few movies called Romans Having a Bath on Pornhub, but that's another story. Yes, mate. Thousands of years ago, you know, Jason and the Argonauts. This was all columns. I love history, but the thing is, I'm allowed up here. Thing is, it's not been excavated as good as it should have been, because like 20 feet down there must be more buildings, more walls, more artifacts. In that museum over there, they've got everything. They've dug up coins, spears, knives. How the hell is possible walk around here? Where am I going? I don't know if I'm allowed around here, but there's no arrows pointing. I don't know what this is. That was probably the tallest. Hang on. I think I see some steps. I've only been here 5 minutes, so I've took the wrong direction. Hang on, what's this? 2. Key number. This dude should know more than me.
Wroxeter was once almost the same size as Pompeii in Italy. And it's true.
No way was this the same size as Pompeii. Pompeii was fucking massive.
Founded in the mid-1st century AD as a legionary fortress, the city
It's that museum. There's all vases,
was inhabited until the
javelins.
It is exceptionally well preserved.
I feel so sorry for the school kids that infected here, because would you rather come here or to a zoo? Because I sit at the zoo every single time. I hate stairs, I hate stairs, I hate stairs, I hate stairs. Oh. It's just the foundations, but they rebuilt that building there. Right, there must be some because thousands of people lived here. Thousands and thousands of Romans lived here, like 2,000 years ago. So they must have dropped some money. If I fetched the kite here, I think I would fly well like a Mary Poppins. And that's the reek in there. I climbed up that 4 years ago and I nearly had a heart attack, because it's the biggest hill in Shropshire. It's very, very tall. This is the high point of it. Main bathing site. So that's what this looks like. This is in Wroxeter, in Shrewsbury. Thousands of years ago, this was like a massive city. This this was like London 2,000 years ago. And then obviously the Romans went home, and it's just been left to its own devices. And over time, the council have dug up all these, well, walls. They're not buildings, but they've dug them up. People have come in and have stole the walls. They've stole the stones to because there's a lot of farmers around here, and you'll see lots of little tiny walls. And instead of buying, there's a tractor. Instead of buying stones for the walls, they've just pinched these. I suppose in like 3,000 years, London will look like this. And they'll fetch children from the future, and they'll say, "Please, we don't want to go to London. We don't want to see the ruins. We want to go to the circus or the cinema." But I've got an hour to kill, so I thought I've always wanted to come here, where the Romans lived. You know the Life of Brian? Monty Python's Life of Brian. Well, they filmed that in Italy because obviously that's where the Romans came from. Hi, Abdul. I've always wanted to go to Aberdeenshire. It's a very beautiful place. But I'm just seeing where the Romans lived. Have I got to walk all the way over to that fucking house now? God, I hate walking. I think this city is just all baths. Yeah, press to start audio. What's this? It's not working. So that was a bath. So what's all this then? See, the thing is, once upon a time, all these was covered with dirt, and then one day, a farmer was digging, and he discovered a wall, and then they uncovered all this. So if you go down like another 10 feet, you must be back to Spartacus's days, because what was this? The old work, the external wall of the basilica known as the old work, 23 feet. This is in England. Yeah, let's have a look at number four. The old work.
7 meters, 23 feet tall. It is the highest standing.
The tallest Roman standing wall in the country.
Today, only the stones remain.
Can you hear him? Yes, this is in England. Changing rooms. How do they know this was a changing room? There's like where's the sign saying Roman changing rooms? Hi Abdul, I've always wanted to go to Malaysia, but it's a long way for me, my friend. Let's have a look at that house over there then. These buildings was made before Christ. Let's have a look at this house. That's the museum over there. Thomas Wright. Thanks for watching from Washington State. Wroxeter. This wall goes up to my hip. but it's been here for like 3,000 years. You have to understand, it wasn't just these houses. For miles and miles around, there was a massive city, and these are the only parts left. The trees. So this is the toilets. So they must have found a lot of Roman poo here. A lot of Roman poo. I can't believe how windy it is. What's this? What's this? What's this? Obviously, this is mostly for kids. A replica of a flagon. Now that is in there because everything they've dug up, they're not going to leave it out here, haven't they? It's in there. I saw the sign. Opened up my eyes, I saw the sign. What does it say? I don't know how they know it's a bath or a latrine when there's no bathing suite extension. 200 AD this was made. So take away 2,000, it's about 2,000 years old. No wonder there's so little of it left, but I'm just going to have a look at this little house over here. And then that's it, because there's not much left after 2,000 years. All the school kids are gone. So we can have a look. Because if you walk around somewhere with a bus full of kids screaming, you can't hear what you're saying. It's a lovely thing. Oh, hang on. A lively social life. How can they tell that look like that when it isn't just walls? No, Abdul, I'm not married. That's why I have time to go out and explore. But that's the biggest hill in the Shropshire, all the way over there. It was called Viriconium back in the Roman days. In the Roman days, London was called Londinium, and Scotland was called Caledonium. And this now is just called wroxeter. Hang on, let's have a look at this. It's a very fancy house over there. Let's have a look. Right, let's have a look at this house. What number is this house? Let's say 5. Roman townhouse, please purchase tickets from shop. I've already bought a ticket. I can't hear him talking. What the fuck? That's not Roman. Ooh, got some columns here. Now, Jason and the Argonauts with the big marble columns. So this is what that looked like. Changed a bit, eh? Used to be a veranda here and shops. I can't go around there, hang on. Wouldn't want to fall down there. Sheep. Can you hear him?
via the solution.
The solution room.
Taking a refreshing cold plunge in one of the large baths on either side of it.
This is a replica of a townhouse. Obviously, this was a major Roman city, so there was thousands of these houses, but they've only rebuilt one. A typical Roman townhouse consisted of ranges of rooms and a courtyard. I can't promise my phone won't go off in a minute because I have very poor data. If it goes off, it might say yes, it is interesting. I do like history. I'm not going to go in case my phone goes off. But I got some shade. Have you ever watched that program called Plebs?
Press play. And if you'd like to meet Linus and Remus, two Roman slaves working at the baths.
I think they filmed some Plebs here because it takes place in Roman times. But they rebuilt this to look like the original. There was thousands of these here because this was a major city. What are you looking at, Mrs. Sheep? This was a major city. So there was thousands of these houses, thousands and thousands of them, where thousands of people lived. But they've only rebuilt one of them. This is the sex dungeon. A private space. They've got to put some furniture or something. So, you know, in Spartacus, they have those lounges. We've got a bed. Look at that shape. Just staring off into the distance. The Luke Skywalker of shapes. Is my phone gonna go off? Let's have a look. Okay, guys, I think that's the end of the tour. I'm going to take some pictures over there so I can put them on my Facebook. I know I'm by Wales, but there's a lot of sheep. I'm about, I would say, half an hour from Wales, which is another country. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone's well. Bye-bye everyone.